Welcome to Fishing Squad. Back for another go on the Tope. It's 2 days after the last video. Got some tough conditions today, fishing with one rod due to the real strong side wind we've got to contend with. 2 rods would be really awkward in these conditions. To be honest with you, I don't fancy our chances this morning. First fish out is a small strap conger on a dongle rig. So because of fishing with one rod, we're going to bait a couple of rigs up, so we're not messing about in between changing baits. We're straight back out every time.
That's a better one. Not bad. Tope! Pennels all dongles. Next no mistake. Single O'Shaughnessy on the bottom. Well, both O'Shaughnessy's actually on this rig. That's a look. Let's have a bit of a... I'm going to give this one away because I think it might be mid-30s, this one. We will see. Another female as well. Still full of life. We had her in the swell. It were awkward. So I just need to take £1.5 off whatever the weight is. I'm not messing about. 0-inch scales when she's splashing about and stuff. We're just 0 in it to sling. It's about £34, so 31.5. Thought she was bigger than that, to be fair. I'm happy with that. Bloody hell am I. Get on! Woohoo! Tope on! Let's be doing it! Come on! It's just a lot of frustration that's come out from last year. The last couple of years, probably when I've lost fish, should have had more fish. But we're getting some rewards now. What a lovely fish that is. I've lost my cap because it blew off in the wind. So this is the rig that I actually caught that fish. This is the rig I actually caught that fish on. Same bait, I'm just going to fire this out now. I've had a couple of bait up since. People might ask, why do you use 200 mono on the snood? It's a bit on the rig body, it's a bit heavy. But this is why. It's roughed up a little bit. You know, I'm on my own. There's a swell on. Probably can't see, but I can feel it. It's going up in the tide, up and down in the edge there. And 100 pound mono will just be shredded, so we use 200 pound on the rig body. Big strong hooks, none of your specimen hooks that everybody's promoted has been this and that. I've been switching it between a pennel, that's got 2 O'Shaughnessy's, that's a Sakuma 8 O'Shaughnessy on the back and 6 O'Shaughnessy on the bottom. Both hooks were in the fish. Lovely hook really, gently hook, nothing major, easy to come out. Give a decent run. The rod was on the stand, it just went over a little bit, then all the way over. It wasn't an absolute screamer. I thought I'd lost it a couple of times because it went slack. I got contact with a fish, eased up on the drag a bit, just gauged how big it was, realised that it's a good 30 pound. 32.5 it was that, because it was coming at 34, 35, took £1.5 off, which could call it 32.5, so I think that's might be kind of maybe the biggest fish of the year. But we want a bigger one. PB's only around the £40 mark. So yeah, happy with that. I know I'm absolutely buzzing when I catch them, but believe it or not, when I get them on, I'm quite composed. You know, and yeah, just get it in, do the job. Once you gauge how big it is on the drag, a 30 pound fish ain't going to take the piece out of a Ron Thompson accelerator, Penn Battle 3, 40 pound braid to an 80 pound leader. You know, you can let it run a bit, keep good contact with the fish and just bring it in. Delighted with this year so far. It's just getting better and better and better. And when you put a lot of time in like I have, you do get a bit buzzed up when you catch them. So, yeah, but you need to be composed when you get them on. I had a swell on, I can't tell you how hard it was to land it in that swell. It was going up and down, up and down. But strong hooks, that's why you need strong hooks. I've lost them because of that. When it's gone up and down, I've been on my own. Netted have been useless. See, I had one come round my... We're probably about welly depth of wave. You have to be careful, keep your composure, focus on what you're doing, and you'll be all right. So I use the sea to my advantage, but it's just flattened off a bit now, so which is good. It's just like when I went down there to land the fish. You're on the rocks and the rise and drop on the sea. It's like being on a boat. You know what I mean? You're a bit too close for comfort. We just be careful. Just be careful. And, listen, if you lose a fish due to that, you lose a fish due to that. You don't want to be losing your life. So, buzzed up. We're gonna fire this out. Let's see if we can get another one. Right, we've got about an hour left of the session. That wind's still causing problems cutting across us. I've had another run on the dongle. I did let it go quite a bit, but for some reason it didn't hook up. Oh well, and typically it felt like a better fish, to be honest. You know, like a bit more aggressive in the run, a bit heavier. I don't know if I don't know. I think it's one of them, innit? You need to catch more fish to perfect something. I do like the dongles when they work. I like the circle hooks when they work. And it's usually operator error by all accounts when they don't work. So, yeah. The one we had, it was really difficult. I had to, on the same mark as I was on the other day, I had to drop down to the bottom ledge. There was a big rise and drop. Like I said, I got one round my, well, it was nearly round my knees, truthfully. But the fish come up with a swell when I landed it, you know what I mean? It come up with a swell, which was, it come up a couple of times with a swell and I missed it. You know, I couldn't get a decent purchase on it. Well, that's where that was on a pennel rig, and it was hooked on both hooks. By the time I got it up to the hooking area, what I use, it only had one hook in it, but the strong hooks, once they're in past the barbs, they ain't bended out, are they? But you could still pull them out potentially if the fish is quite big, so you do have to be a bit careful, so that's why we're using the sea. But it did go up and down quite a bit, you know what I mean, because there was such a wet rise and drop. You're looking at 6 to 8 foot rise and drop close in, so it's calmed off a bit now. It's a beautiful day now. So yeah, we've had a bit of excitement, we've had some fish, we've had a target species again, that's the 5th one for the year. And to be honest with you guys, I'm absolutely buzzing, you know, put a lot of effort in. It looks good when it all comes together, but basically you need the fish to be there, and that's as simple as it is. There's more fish about this year, and obviously I've tried some of the marks and stuff, and it's paid off now, so we'll just keep going. Scotland on Thursday, so it's a good way to sign off. It's just giving me a nice boost going into that, and whatever happens there, doesn't it? You know, we'll try for some skate, try for some more tope, try for anything really. Just going to give it everything. I know today the footage hasn't been as good as it was the other day, but I'm on my own. Like I said, I've lost fish before, I've lost fish through trying to get camera out, basically, you know. And the moments, you know, when I'm out holding fish, it's just a bit of a moment of elation, you know, on my own personal level. So, you know, we spend hours and hours tying rigs, you spend hours and hours fishing, you spend hours and hours making leads, you spend hours and hours just trying and trying and trying, and sometimes it doesn't always pay off, does it? And when it does, I think you deserve them moments, don't you? So, I'll have a couple more bait ups before we head off. I think we've got an hour left, a couple more bait ups, and yeah, we'll see if we can get something. Well, that's the backdrop, really high up, as you can see, but it's a nice mark, this one, lovely mark. I like being on a level platform as well for casting, you know, high up, so it's really good. Like you saw in the last video, there's a section where you can just scramble down and land your fish on like a slopey ledge kind of thing, so it's not as deep as some of the marks of fish, but the fish are here, aren't they, so that's the main thing. Long may it continue, that's all I can say. So, let's be having some more this year. I'll be back in a minute. Well, we'll probably close down next unless we get into another fish. Right then guys, just got back to the car. Some climb that was. Absolutely shattered. So I'll be feeling that tomorrow, definitely. I need it anyway. I'm doing Great North Run in September. So successful session, successful morning. Really enjoyed it. On to Scotland, and let's crack on. No messing about. Looking forward to that now. I've had a cracking year so far. Probably been my best year in sea fishing up to press. I know what I'm chasing down. I'm chasing down a PB Tope. That's my target for this year. And if we get a skate in Scotland, or at least a spur dog, I'll be happy with a spur dog if there's no skate. So yeah, they're the targets for the next couple of weeks. So other than that, keep safe, tight lines, have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. And remember, Tope on!